Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Oh, shit.
We're not live. Are we?
Oh, go.
On the YouTube.
Yes.
Wow. Let me know when that is. No, not a prayer. I'm going to have to give that a run up. Welcome to Drinkin Bros Fake News. Dan's already had it today.
I woke up having it.
You woke up having
I woke up. I was like, do you know you shake the cobwebs off at first? And I'm like, no.
Whoever's in the room right now, in the room, I mean the used tubes where we're at on Drinkin Bros podcast. I don't know what you heard or what we didn't hear before, but any reference Dan made towards the KKK is not true or real. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, we didn't get a new engineer because he joined the Klan. That's definitely not true. Definitely not true.
We were talking about the worst ways to like fuck up somebody's life. I think in today's society, that's probably numero uno. With
there's is it a 30 for 30 or what is it that's coming out about Donald Sterling now?
Oh yeah.
What do
If you don't remember,
what's coming out?
He was the Clippers owner that used he's an old white man that used the N-word a lot. Is it out already?
No, I'm just saying, like, what more could come out?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, the documentary. Well, here's the thing about that. Like,
It already all.
the weirdest thing about that entire thing to me was he was somebody who was in like a 40-year marriage or whatever it was, and then is just dating a prostitute essentially, and why he let the prostitute get that close to him and said all of that shit.
What do you mean when you say get that close?
Whoa.
You're Donald Sterling, right? You could pay for endless prostitutes every single night.
Oh, yeah.
Why keep just the one and then say all of that shit over and over?
If you're an old man, you don't have to keep apologizing for the same thing to the same woman. You know what I mean? If you fuck a different hooker every night,
yes,
then you have to apologize for your oddly shaped Rottweiler penis.
Right.
Every single night.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
I mean? Yeah.
The one girl you apologize the first couple times, and then finally she's like, "Hey, stop apologizing for it," and that's it. That problem doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
She's agreed to fuck you and your Rottweiler dick, and you don't have to apologize for it anymore. It's over.
I wonder if
that's the only reason to even get married, dude.
Yeah,
so somebody will be forced to accept the weird shit about you. That's the only reason to do it.
It's very true.
Yeah, your kinks.
Yeah.
You know? Jessie's in car crashes. So
no, she likes bondage, and you won't do it for her.
Yeah,
she complains about it all the time.
All the time.
She showed up with a bunch of leather the other day, and Ross just walked in the door, saw it, and turned around and walked back out. That's why we didn't
shit out of you in a bondage way, obviously.
More like rope stuff.
Yeah, rope stuff.
Ooh,
yeah,
man, I feel like you would get fiber burns from the.
I'll give you a mid-shipman's knot and fucking tie you up.
You don't know how to tie that knot.
Goddamn right I do.
You don't.
Oh my god.
There's cables right there. Tie it.
I was
it looks
in
so intricate.
The Boy Scouts, and that was I got my rope badge.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I heard
That's where I learned how to strangle bait.
Jamie's getting his rope badge.
We just keep doing it, Jamie.
Bro.
I feel like Alex not even listening to the goddamn show because that was a funny joke.
No,
what are you doing over there? Oh God.
Guys, now if you're working instead of watching our show, you're in trouble.
You are in trouble. Welcome to Drinkin Bros Fake News. We're bringing you the realest fake news of the week, as always. However, we are starting with some real news, which is in the Supreme Court, Wisconsin. They're all done with the bullshit, aren't they?
Well, it started with, I believe that's Michigan, where the state legislature is suing the governor, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so but all those northern Midwest states they're done.
They're done
with this horse shit.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
They all have severe buyer's remorse when it comes to Democratic governors. Like, they're getting fucking hammered all over the country. Gavin Newsom's getting torched. I don't know if you saw his press conference yesterday, but some dude in a truck just pulled up and laid on his horn the whole time he was talking. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's like, oh, I can't hear what I'm saying, so I'm going to turn it over to the fire chief or whatever the fuck that was.
And it's only going to get worse as this keeps going. We'll get to the California stitch in a second, but it's interesting that Wisconsin again stepped in because they stepped in during the primaries, and they said, no, you're going to go to the booths and vote. You can do that. People bitched, and they were like, oh, we'll get fucking sick and die or whatever. Right now, as of now, their current study, after that primary votes. They said that they can only trace possibly 6 cases of the coronavirus to millions of people going out and voting. So I think that had a lot to do with this decision last night, where it was like, no, we're definitely all fucking done with this. Like, we did the little votes between Bernie and Biden, which was already done.
Right.
And now I think we can move on with our fucking lives.
Well, here's what the justices wrote in the majority opinion, that, quote, an agency cannot confer on itself the power to dictate the lives of law-abiding individuals as comprehensively as the order does without reaching beyond the executive branch's authority. That is code for this is unconstitutional.
Yes.
All right. Then the governor went on CNN, obviously, and was talking to a noted piece of shit, Don Lemon, and he said that it's put the state into chaos. I guess, like, the decision just came down last night.
Yeah. So what?
So
are
how
you
is it? It's
basing
already
that?
chaos.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, as soon as people found out, they
One
started
night.
rioting in the streets, looting everything, because now you can go outside and I can't be stopped. So other crimes must be permissible, right?
It's weird. I haven't heard of one single incident in Wisconsin today.
No, of course not.
Any chaos or any fucking form of problem right now.
Then he went on
in
to say
Wisconsin.
that no, there's not going to be. Then he went on to say, now we have no plan and no protections for the people. So let me get this straight, Governor. You tried to put in an unconstitutional practice, and it got struck down, and now you're complaining that the people have robbed you of your authority to protect them.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing right now. Seriously? You stupid motherfucker. Maybe do your job. Like, I'm sure there are attorneys in Wisconsin. As a matter of fact, there's quite a few law schools there.
Lots. Good ones, too.
Yeah, good ones. And
There's probably a Creechmeyer and McGillicuddy.
McGillicuddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's that?
It's a law firm.
Law firm. Creechmeyer and McGillicuddy.
That doesn't sound real.
None of them sound real, do they?
Oh, it's Creechmeyer and Creechmeyer,
Yeah.
the brothers,
And then McGillicuddy was brought in
or
later.
dad and son.
Yeah.
No one, including me, apparently
It's
has.
Creechmeyer, and then like the son-in-law.
McGillicuddy.
I'm gonna rip the monitor off the top of my laptop. Can't
Okay,
take
go
this
ahead.
anymore.
Okay.
There's nothing else. Like, this guy's a piece of shit, and this is the first of several stories that we're gonna see where, look, man, say what you want. I know there's a lot of Ronald Reagan fans out there because he was a mouthpiece for conservatism, even though he didn't necessarily practice it in his in government, because they raised taxes, 6 out of the 8 years he was in office, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was, he was spending money on the military to break the back of the Soviet Union. I got it. Whatever the fuck. I'm not a fan. I like conservative economics
What
to a
about
large
his
degree.
movies? Did you like?
I've never seen one of them.
Okay.
Not
The
one.
one with that monkey?
Yeah, remember the
Was a big
monkey one?
fan.
No, that's Clint Eastwood, I think.
Anyway,
way.
Reagan did a monkey movie too.
Yeah, Western with a monkey.
Yeah.
A Western
Check it
with a
out.
monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check it out.
Everybody
it's really
knows
good.
I don't think I need to see it.
Everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it.
I don't
That's why
think I
you
need
got
to see it.
elected.
Classic.
But say what you want about Ronald Reagan. I know a lot of you guys are fans. Something like 280 people from his administration got indicted for some kind of crime. Investigated or indicted for some kind of crime, right? Because of Iran-Contra and all sorts of other bullshit. But that's kind of how it goes in politics sometimes. Like, how many people are going to end up getting indicted from Obama and Trump's administrations? I'm sure there's going to be quite a few. At any rate, the Democratic Party used to be able to stand on that laurel until Clinton, I guess, when he did some shady shit. And then Obama, for the most part, we thought was an upstanding dude.
Yeah.
Like, we just disagreed with him. Like, he tried to play the race baiting shit a lot, whatever. He was a pussy on the national stage and the global stage. Got it, dude, whatever. Democrats are pussies.
Yeah.
But now we're finding out a lot more about him, and this leads into the next fucking story.
That he may not have been a pussy.
No, it's not only he's still a pussy on the
Just
global
a different
stage,
kind.
but he's the guy that's going to become known for shifting the Democratic Party from the moral high ground to pieces of shit, like literal
Got it.
fucking cheating pieces of shit. Everybody spent all this time talking about how Trump tried to steal the election and colluded with Russia and blah blah blah. We have direct evidence now that this piece of shit Obama, and I've defended him as a decent dude. I just disagree with him. I thought he was a pussy and a terrible president, but whatever. But now I'm very much willing to say this guy is human garbage, because he tried to use the intelligence agencies and the Department of Justice to disrupt the transition of a duly elected president. And then try to prosecute his people afterwards, and he did it in a way that was unethical. So you can, read this shit.
Yeah, the beauty of what we've been doing during this quarantine is both Drinkin Bros and Ross Patterson Revolution been going live every single day. And I said on Ross Patterson Revolution, I'm interested to hear Dan's take on this when we get to this story later, because this Michael Flynn thing, the hashtag Obamagate has been trending now for about 48 hours, right? And I hadn't really looked into it all that much, simply because of the fact that with today's Twitter or Facebook or whatever, a lot of it is controlled by bots, especially Twitter. You know, a bot can drive it up the charts for any fucking reason.
Right.
Whenever one thing is trending, the next thing that's the opposite will immediately go up. Somebody's clearly paid for it, and vice versa. I think that's how Twitter makes a majority of their money. Therefore, I didn't really want to speculate on it until I started to dig a little further into it. But this Michael Flynn case that was recently recommended for dismissal by the Justice Department.
Yeah.
This poor motherfucker is now bankrupt.
Michael Flynn?
Yes. Because he's had to go.
He won't be.
Well,
once this is over, he's going to get $100,000 to $250,000 per speaking engagement. So I think he'll be fine.
I'm sure, but it's going to be a while.
It'll be 2 years probably.
Yeah, and with the 2 years that he's already gone through, him
rough.
and his family and everybody else, and not only that, but his name.
His name and his
crushed.
This is a guy that served his country his entire adult life, and because of political infighting, his life gets ruined. Not permanently, but fucking, if you're his age, 4 years, that's a big chunk of the life that you're supposed to be just relaxing and enjoying it with the money you've made.
Yeah.
From the sacrifices you've made for your country. That's not how it worked out for him. So,
I mean, if you're looking at it from today's perspective, right? He's going through 4 years of shit. We're going through, month 3 or 4 of just this simple shit? Like, imagine a solid 4 years on top of that for this fucking guy. As far as the Obamagate thing is, this was my theory, and this is what I wanted to discuss with you about.
Okay. Because
I don't know the ins and outs of this yet, probably the way that you do. To your point of Obama being, he's not that nice of a guy. I never thought he was. I thought behind the scenes, he was a fucking gangster, right? He was a pussy when it came to the rest of the world and politics. Everything you were saying is true. But he was just trying to keep everybody happy, when behind the scenes, there was powerful people working just to get him in. I remember that dinner with Oprah and Quincy Jones and all those guys, and they were like, we're going to get a fucking black president in there any means necessary. And I'm actually all for that. Like, I'm fine with that. Congratulations. Use your power the way you see fit. If you can get away with it, do it. And that's awesome. He was a great speaker. Still is. And he had an interesting background and story and all that other shit. But what I had heard privately behind the scenes is that he was a fucking asshole to people.
Right.
And then he has been, not only in this last election, but this one. With this wiretapping scandal that is going on, that appears is what has happened here. My thought was this, that the Trump phenomenon was so unexplainable that they tried every way possible to figure out what was going on, and nothing would stick to this guy during the election of 2016, that they just started wiretapping everybody to get information on trying to figure out how to beat him at this election, when it became clear that it was going to be a serious threat against Hillary. And, you know, I don't think they necessarily had anything. And I think if they had just gone away and not done the Bob Mueller thing and not done the impeachment thing, probably nobody would have ever looked into this. If they hadn't gone after Michael Flynn, it just would have kind of went away. But now it hasn't, because they keep going after him. Now that people are going to dig up shit in the past, and you're going to be forced to answer for it. Yeah. What's the retribution, I guess, is what I want to ask you today. And what's going to happen in a court or a Senate hearing? Will Obama have to testify? Like,
he can invoke executive privilege for a...
Same as Trump, right? Yeah.
And frankly, I think it sets a bad precedent. Like, all the talk about...
Is Biden going to get messed up from this?
he doesn't know where he is, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if
Biden
he will
isn't-
be connected in some.
Biden and Roger Goodell are in the same, their own home basement right now, but it's covered in like old wood paneling and shit. Like, I'm sure Roger Goodell in his $40 million a year contract has wood paneling in his fucking basement and plain white walls. Get the fuck out of here, Roger Goodell, you cunt.
Side note: if you're Roger Goodell, and I saw that basement, I was thinking about it because everybody was talking about how shitty it was.
Yeah.
If you're that rich, do you just recreate your old childhood basement
Maybe.
inside your own house just
Maybe.
because you can do it?
Or maybe
I've
he's
thought about
maybe
that.
there's some kind of Dexter thing going on there. He's just murdering hippies in his bed. I mean, that would be fine with that.
Ooh, I'm into.
I would
that
respect
way
him a lot more if he was murdering people in his basement.
Absolutely.
Because right now he's just a cunt.
I respect anyone that murders in their basement.
Yeah, same.
Anyways,
Sorry.
So what happens with this, Dan?
let me talk about what unmasking is first, because I don't know if a lot of people even know what that means in the intelligence community. So, I'm an intelligence analyst, and I'm focusing on a couple of people in Russia, right? Like I'm looking at some of their diplomats or some of their elected leaders or somebody in the FSB or some shit like that, and just tracking people or whatever. There is a practice that is law in the intelligence community. I think it's part of the National Security Act of 1947, if I'm not mistaken. But it requires that if you're an analyst, unless you have a very good reason to add a U.S.-born person's name who is in any kind of position of power, diplomat, a businessman, a fucking politician, elected, whatever the fuck, you're supposed to use a pseudonym for them in your intelligence reports and not put their name unless there is a very specific reason to put it in there, i.e. to add context. But it's got to be, for that, it's got to be huge, and you have to have authority to do that. Or if the U.S.-born person is committing a crime of some sort. Turns out that Flynn was not doing any of those things. But it wasn't just the analyst that did it, right? So this isn't a lower level mistake. James Comey, former FBI director, Joe Biden, we all know him. He doesn't know him, but we all do. John Brennan, the former CIA director, James Clapper, the director of national intelligence, and Obama's chief of staff at the time, Dennis McDonough, all conspired to out Flynn, to fuck with Trump, who had been elected at that time. Like they were in a lame duck session, and they used Obama and Biden used the national intelligence apparatus and the Department of Justice to go after a political opponent during an election and then after an election after that other person had won. That is fucked. That is the most fucked up thing, aside from just doing wholesale genocide and murder. That's the most fucked up thing you could do as an elected official, is use these institutions against somebody on the way in. I
agree.
Like, everyone involved in this should go to jail.
Yes.
Obama included. But it sets a bad, you can't send ex-presidents to jail.
Yeah.
You can't.
Because it's
then
just
all of
political
them would
retribution.
go after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then everybody would go after
Basically.
Trump, and then whoever
No,
was
like
in
everyone
office,
after
you're
they
going to
get
go after each other.
Yeah.
And that's, you're right. It does.
Yeah, and everybody talked about throwing Hillary in jail. Hillary is in jail now because she's not in the White House. She's sitting in her bullshit house. I'm sure it's
miserable.
huge.
Yeah.
And she's miserable every single day because she knows that the American people don't like her.
And she's trying everything she can
To be relevant.
To be
Yeah,
relevant. Like,
and-
she
and
won't
to get
just
people to
chill
like
at
her.
her house.
I bet she-
Yeah.
Even that documentary we watched, the new one on Hulu of her,
Yeah.
she's still so bitter and angry that it's like, and she's lying, like right to your face.
Yeah.
As she's doing the
How,
documentary.
let me ask you this. How badly do you think Hillary Clinton hates Michelle Obama? Michelle Obama has done none of the work that Hillary did, politically speaking.
Yeah,
Michelle
yeah.
Obama had a great legal career. Not great, but she had a good legal career.
Yeah.
She hates her.
But Hillary did all this shit, suffered through Bill, and was like, finally, gonna get there. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Michelle Obama, honestly, if she ran with Joe Biden right now, if Biden had all his faculties and she ran, that would be a close race, a very close race. She would have a very good shot at becoming what Hillary could never become without doing any of this bullshit.
None
Yeah.
of it.
And here's why. Because, Hillary, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. People don't like pieces of shit unless they're funny, and you're not funny. You got your stupid haircut and your pantsuits. That's what you're known for.
Yeah, the wild thing is, if you go back to 2008, it was Hillary against Obama.
Yeah.
In that primary. And a
Oh,
lot of
she
people
was trying to light
forget
him up
that.
too, yeah.
And they fucking hated each other. And then you got to 2016, and in this documentary, you found out how much Hillary hated Bernie as well. And it was just like,
I doubt she has any real friends. Like, whatever happened to that chief of staff of hers that was married to Anthony Weiner?
Uma,
yeah. So
Where's she now?
in this doc, they
Exactly.
kind of explain.
I don't know where she is though.
She got muck ducked, I bet.
She's in New York. That was her one bestie. That was always a strange relationship to me. But in that documentary, it was all friends from like college, where, I mean, I'm still
high
friends with-
school even. Oh no, college.
there was
Yeah,
a couple high school friends as well. Yeah, you're right. So I don't know. I don't think anybody who knows her now, outside of college, is probably friends with her. But she had one goal in mind, and she was willing to do anything to get there, and still is.
Yeah.
But the Huma thing was so fucking weird to me. One, why she was so close to Hillary. Two, why she was still married to Anthony Weiner during all of that shit made no sense, knowing that that's exactly what Hillary went through with Bill during his scandal. Like,
Yeah, but I'm sure the advice went, just stick it out until you get to a certain point, right?
yeah.
Which is what Hillary was doing. And now she is like every other woman that's stuck it out.
That's a real NBA wife thing to do. Get those 10 years in, and I qualify for that pension. Same
Do you
thing
know
with the
what I mean, though?
military.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the military.
Like they don't want like a divorce or something like that during Hillary's campaign would have fucked it up, right?
Yes.
So the conversations went, just stick it out, stick by him. I know it's going to be hard. I've been there. All you have to do is grow a heart of coal, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well,
She's successfully done that.
Actually, you need to get surgery, get the heart completely removed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you should.
you
be
talking
good
about the
to go.
Grinch?
Yeah.
Hillary. Yeah.
Well,
The same person.
yeah.
Um,
As far as what's going to happen, man, that's a good question. If I'm Trump right now, I guess you have to weigh the pros and cons. Like, how much harder are the Democrats going to come after me with bullshit? Because they've proven they will use whatever resources possible, ethics be damned,
Yeah.
to come after him. So is it where it's like paying a lawsuit? Like somebody sues you for 10 grand, you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to pay it, man.
So I
don't wanna
thought
deal
about
with
this,
shit.
and I think because you're getting closer to an election,
Yeah.
the more and more you can hold on to something like a big scandal like this.
Yeah.
Because, going back to 16, it was her emails, right?
Yep.
Now it's Obamagate. The less and less you talk about Joe Biden himself.
Yeah.
Being a candidate, and you're focused on other shit. And I think Trump is a master of that.
Yeah,
and I think
he is.
I've only just kind of tuned into this for the last 48 hours, but now I think this is starting to gain steam, and you really have something to use throughout the summer, up until the election, and this is a big one for them.
I mean, honestly, if I'm Trump, January 22nd, 2021, when he gets day after he gets inaugurated, I think it's the 21st.
Yeah.
I have the Justice Department doing work this whole time, first of all, and then it's that next day, fucking indictments come down for Comey, for Brennan, for Joe Biden, for James Clapper, and Dennis McDonough, all of them. The people that you can prosecute. You're not going to be able to get Obama. It'll never happen.
Right.
And you shouldn't do that either, in my opinion.
Right.
I'd like to see Comey go down.
Same.
All of those
sure.
guys should be stripped of their security clearances and fucking fired from any job they have now, banned from government service, and put in jail. Because look, no matter who the president is, if let's see, if Alyssa Milano was president, and I was the director of the CIA, and somebody came to me and said, hey, we want you to fucking use your resources to dig up dirt on her, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my office or fire me, one of these two. Because that will never happen. I would never abuse my office to do something like that would damage the political infrastructure of this country. You shouldn't do that. And if you're party to something like that, I don't care how bad you think the other guy is.
Yep.
You need to get fired and put in jail, period. So these guys have to go to jail, in my opinion.
We'll see what happens. It'll be curious, because I think there'll be some pardons coming down the pike for Trump as well.
Oh, yeah.
Roger Stone and those
Yeah.
guys who got fucked over by this.
Yep.
I don't
And
know
I'm
what
sure
they're gonna-
Flynn's going to get pardoned, too.
I would imagine.
Like, he'll get a security clearance back, the whole deal.
I would imagine most of these guys do. It's not something you can do, though, right now.
No.
You got to wait until the day after the election. Maybe he does it November 4th. It's just like day after. It was like, hey, everybody, congratulations. This was
That'd be-
awesome, wasn't it? Pardon.
That'd be
pardon,
really
pardon,
funny
pardon.
if he did that.
Now, the day before, on November 2nd, there's a pardon he should give for the world, and that's obviously Joe Exotic, but we'll see.
That's never going to happen.
No,
Never.
No, it's not. But
I think we should get Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin in a room together and just talk it out, man. Just talk it out. Get them on mushrooms.
Money and ratings that would bring for, let's say Fox. Fox usually does.
It's a
politics,
10-part
shit
series, and they have to do a different drug for each episode.
Oh god.
And there's 2 tigers that they don't own
Yeah.
in
One of
the
them's
room.
gonna get mauled.
That seems dangerous.
But tigers are, I mean,
Yeah, they're fine.
What
You know what I
about
mean?
what about? Did you see that article about the French bulldog that mauled its owner to death?
Oh yeah.
But this
French
yeah,
bulldog?
but the French bulldog was 55 pounds, so that's not a French bulldog, right?
No, that's like an English bulldog, right?
Yeah, it's a bigger one. Yeah. Wrong country on that one. Wrong country.
Yeah, but
I didn't write the article.
No.
Yeah.
Next up, how bad does California suck? Boy, how do
That's
you?
a hard, yeah.
You can go down the list. Maybe the fact that they're shut down till August 1st. Maybe the fact that the mayor and the governor don't agree. Mayor of Los Angeles and the governor of the state don't agree on anything, causing
that how New
massive
York is,
confusion.
too?
Yeah,
It is.
Well,
think
when's
a
the
lot
last
of
time you
places-
saw De Blasio?
That's a great
Is
question.
he hiding?
I would be.
I mean,
After
he got a
all
lot
this-
of bad press.
After all of this, I would be. And somebody should have stepped in and said, hey, man, we're going to sit you out for a little bit.
Yeah.
On this one, on the LA side, it's Garcetti. He should.
His
go
dad,
down.
by the way, was the district attorney during the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yes.
So it's-
and he wants to be president, by the way.
He wants to be governor of California and then president. Yes,
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Just like Ronald Reagan.
yeah, yes, you're right.
Those are different times.
again, I'll find the name of that monkey western
Oh,
for
God
you.
damn it.
You
Jessie.
should. But then, 2 days ago, a Republican just won a special election, unseating a sitting Democrat for the first time since 1998.
In the House, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't close. It was 56 to 44.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 12 points.
She got lit the fuck up, yeah.
And that district encompasses Los
I'm gonna
Angeles.
backhand
and,
you
Ventura
completely
County.
out of the room.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Talking
gonna
about Ronald Reagan and that.
I'm
monk?
talking about bedtime for Bonzo.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bedtime for Bonzo. Yeah.
No one, you didn't know that before she said it.
yeah,
You
dude.
fucking
He
liar.
totally
Everybody
knew
knows
it.
bedtime for Bonzo.
0 people know what that is.
Everybody.
The only thing anybody knows about
kink.
Ronald Reagan's acting career, what is it, McHale's Navy or some shit? Or some
Hellcats of the Navy?
no, that's not it.
Okay,
It's
well,
some,
that's
some
one.
Navy.
It's a
It's some
movie.
Navy movie, and then the one where he says Gipper, or he is the Gipper. I don't know. I've never seen it.
He's
win
the
one for the
Gipper?
Gipper. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. It's about football or some shit.
Rock Newtony.
I don't know if that's even a word. What you just
Mutiny?
said. Mutiny? No, I don't think so. I don't think those are words
Rock
you're
Newtony.
saying.
What are
Rock
you s-
Gnutney.
You're just making noises.
What are you saying?
Democrat Christy Smith, who is a state assemblywoman, conceded
Yes.
defeat to Republican Mike Garcia. It's the first time since 1998 that a sitting Democratic nation, or I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Nation of Islam in
No,
the powerful
no,
Elijah
no,
Muhammad.
No.
No, it's the first time that a House or a Senate seat has flipped from Democrat to Republican
It
since
is.
Yes.
1998.
Yeah. 22 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It is,
and it's
yeah.
not the only one that happened. Also, in the state senate, Melissa Melendez just won a Democratic seat that's been held for 20 years as well. It's a good sign for Republicans because
clip
one
Meliss.
of the reasons that in 2018, yeah, her name is Big Clip Meliss.
That's her nickname.
That's her fucking
You guys
nickname. She
nick-
wears the shirt. We didn't make it up.
You
Yeah.
guys nicknamed her that?
No.
Big Clip Meliss. No, everybody calls it.
No,
in California.
everyone calls her that because she's got, like, you can see her clit across the room through snow pants.
She's got a big
Are
clit.
you being serious?
No, we made that up. None of that's true. Just
Okay,
like I
okay.
don't
That's
have.
the fake news portion of the show,
Okay.
Jesse.
Okay,
Some of
okay,
it's
okay.
real news, some of it's
We
fake.
just-
You decide.
I
to
never
weave it in.
know.
Well, that one's on you.
Big Clip Meliss.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a really good sign for Republicans at this point in the year because the reason they lost all those fucking seats in 2018 is because they lost the suburban vote.
Yeah.
Like that vote usually goes Republican when economic times are going well and there's not bullshit going on. They lost those and now they're winning them even in the most liberal fucking areas that exist. Like places that have been Democratic for 20 plus years now.
Right.
Those are flipping like on a repeated basis. They're flipping now. So I think the poll that shows Biden up nationally, but Trump winning in all of the battlegrounds, like all of the battleground states, that also, I don't trust all these polls, but that one that they let slip through, I'm surprised anybody even posted that, to be honest. Because once they see a poll like that, they're, nah, we can't put that out there.
No.
But they, for whatever reason, put it out there. I wonder if this is just a flash in the pan. I mean, it's just 2 seats, right?
Yeah.
Or if it's, you know, like a sign of the times to come, because if it is, like not just in California, but nationwide, but specifically in California, if shit starts flipping over there, the Democrats, if they lose California, they can never win another presidential election.
No.
Because that's like at least a third of their guaranteed
Electoral
votes. Yeah.
No. The wildest thing that I think to watch for this November with the state of California in particular is this. They're doing mail-in voting for the state. Part of the shame in like, let's say Los Angeles, for example, is when you go in to vote there, you know, you're kind of looking around, peeking of who's watching you, whatever. If you're sitting at home, and you know, let's face it, if this actually does go through August 1st out there, you've had all this time to be pissed off, and you get that ballot in the mail. Nobody's going to see you vote. Nobody's going to do shit. You just check it off Republican and chuck that in the mail and then see what happens, just because you're pissed off at that moment. And right now, they're going to be really pissed off. You've spent some summers out in California.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be about 85 this weekend. We're in May. Wait till June and July hit, and then August, and tell me how that's going to fucking work out for everybody.
It's going to be super fun.
This is when riots happen.
Yeah.
So
And if anyone knows how to riot,
it's LA.
it's Los Angeles.
They're the best at it.
They've had a couple, yeah.
Find a Korean right now and give him a handgun. That is your only
Put 'em
protection.
on-
Remember
put
that
'em on
was the
top
one
of the
guy
building.
who was able to save his store during the last riot, and he was just fucking
Yeah.
firing away right in front of the store.
Well, no, there were it was all Koreans, but there was another group of Korean dudes that had rifles and they were standing on top of their buildings shooting down at people.
Oh, I didn't see
Well,
that.
I don't think they were actually shooting, but they were up there with rifles.
I saw the guy with his handgun just blasting away, and I was
Yeah.
just like, hey.
That guy was not fucking around.
No. But that's his business. That's his livelihood, and that's what's going to happen. And that's why this anger, especially in California, is going to fuel some form of riot eventually, soon, because people have to fucking work, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with all this stupid shit. Wisconsin is clearly over it, as we talked about at the top of the show. When is everybody else going to get fed up with this as well? But you know what doesn't suck is a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 25% off mattresses, free pillows. You get 2 free pillows. Ooh, even if you're a single man who's not gay but just from Atlanta and you want to put one between your legs while you sleep on the other one at night, no one's going to judge you. No one's going to know.
That's how I sleep.
Yep. Go to ghostbed.com/ but you're not a gay man from Atlanta, Jesse. /Drinkin Bros today. Get 25% off. Everything there. Adjustable bases, sheets, pillows, mattresses, covers. All of it. You get 25% off. And as always, the 36-month pay-as-you-go program is still applicable even with all those fucking dills. So if you're stuck in one of these states that it's going to keep going, I just saw a flash. Washington, D.C. is going to go through June 8th. Have fun in D.C. in the heat in a couple weeks.
Swamp.
Oh, boy. If you're stuck in one of these cities or states where you're going to be inside for a while, get a nice mattress, man. It'll help it suck less.
With cooling technology.
Yeah. You're going to need it, kids. Go to ghostbed.com /Drinkin Bros today. This next story is one of the most fascinating ones we've come across in a long time.
Well, we don't really know how fascinating it is yet.
Not yet. But the fact that
I mean, for real, because it could be
that it's out there.
This
Like,
could be the
this story is
craziest
even
shit
out there
ever,
right
yeah.
now is fucking bananas to me.
I'm curious as to I guess
Well, let me tell what the story is.
I guess the hackers made it public, but I don't know why the law firm.
I think they had to, and we'll get into it.
Yeah.
A ransomware attack shut down the Rock and Roll's. Well, I would say it's all of Rock's largest firm, their law firm.
Yeah.
Hackers are believed to have grabbed 756 gigabytes of Star's info from Grubman, Shire, Meiselas, and Sachs. Your last name was Sachs, dude. You better have a fucking real huge set of brass on you. These hackers, or just one hacker, find out very soon, are now holding the information ransom and are requesting $21 million. Their client list includes Madonna, Elton John, Lady Gaga, Facebook, Activision, iHeartMedia, IMAX, Sony, HBO, Vice, LeBron James, Colin Kaepernick, and Jessica Simpson, to name a few. The hackers have already published leaks of contracts for Madonna and Christina Aguilera as proof. And, man, this is going to get nasty. I mean,
there are a lot of non-disclosure agreements that contain, like, they get, if you've ever signed, obviously you guys have, but if you've ever signed a non-disclosure agreement in the entertainment industry, they can get very specific.
Very, very, very
like
specific.
It's a document that only 4 or 5 people should ever see. And it's the 2 parties involved, their attorneys, and then a fucking guy that stamps it. What do you call that, a notary? That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Those 5 people are usually the only people that should ever see that. Now there's a lot more people are going to see it.
Correct. And I'll put it this way. I've signed 2 in the last 6 months. Both times, it wouldn't be anything embarrassing for me, but it would be for what they were asking you to not talk about. So even if that got out, I remember when like Jennifer Lopez's rider got leaked out for what she wanted for her trailer, and it was all white.
It was like a fresh toilet seat that was still in the package. It had to be opened and installed in front of her.
Yes. So
like, your fucking butthole so precious, J-Lo, get fucked.
It was like half a scissor too. She just wanted half the scissor.
Yeah, she did have a beautiful cigar cutter though. Maybe she didn't want it infected.
Half.
Yeah, she wanted 1/2 of a scissor.
To do what?
Who knows,
cigar
man?
cutter?
That's
like her turd cutter. B-hole.
For butthole.
Her asterisk.
Yeah.
That's another word for butthole?
Yeah, cigar cutter.
According to who?
Whom?
You two fucking
According to
idiots?
Jim.
I mean, like, look, you're being very incredulous about a lot of stuff
According
today.
to Jim.
You
I just did a, according to Jim, marathon the other night.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
That's Jim Belushi, right?
Yeah.
He's
I like Dan. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
no one has ever done.
No one
And
has
according
ever
to
done
Jim.
But the reason I bring up the Jennifer Lopez story is that was embarrassing. That was just a writer. That was no NDAs. That was no contracts. That was going through this list. I'll pop off some that I'll guess real quick, right? Madonna. The thing with her wanting to have a baby with Dennis Rodman. There was a rumor that there was a NDA and a legal suit that she got full custody of the child. She wanted to have his kid. They would get married. If they were to get divorced, she would keep the child. Same with the fucking the dancer and Lourdes and all that other shit. Like, there was a lot of things where she wanted a kid from somebody genetically that would make that kid amazing.
Right.
I am sure all of that is in there. Elton John. There's been numerous rumors over the years about Elton John and fucking blowing dudes.
I mean, he was a gay man in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah,
He's sexually harassed more people than even exist right now.
Oh, okay.
Everyone.
It's sexual harassment.
One of
stuff.
my
Of course
fraternity
it is,
brothers was his chef on his plane. And he was like, dude, the NDAs we had to sign just for that, of what was going on the plane and everything. It was like, if those got out, it would be crazy.
But Facebook is on this list.
Oh, boy.
Who knows what kind of fucked up shit they're into?
I mean,
Like government contracts for spying on U.S. citizens, for example.
yeah.
That might come out. I'm not saying that exists, and I'm not saying Facebook is
bet it does.
in collusion with the government. But if I was a gambling man,
I wish mybookie.com had that on there.
Yeah, they would get
Lady
sued.
Gaga, I bet you her NDAs are pretty gnarly.
maybe
As far as-
she's.
what?
I've heard a lot of like.
Pills, drugs,
Yeah.
things like that, like for the hip
I don't,
surgery.
I don't think anybody would really care,
Yeah.
but I'm sure she has NDAs.
I don't, but it would be embarrassing for her, right?
Maybe.
It depends on the
If
person,
she
and
was
it's
on
like what kind
drugs,
of
I
Well,
would
nobody-
think so.
you're on.
Regardless of how embarrassing something is, no one wants their private information leaked like that.
100%. 100%.
I tell people every day the drugs that I'm on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, though?
You're not Lady Gaga.
You should wear like a fucking shirt that has
That says the list.
like it's screen printed on the front, but it's like that material that's the whiteboard material.
oh, how about
yeah,
how
yeah.
about
And you
it's
can just
like
write the drugs that you're on. at the
yeah,
time.
yeah. And then another part of the shirt could be the ones that I need. So be like, check the ones that I have.
Yeah.
and
Maybe we're doing magnets then.
Oh yes.
There's magnets
yes.
on one side on and then need.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we're getting that shirt made, let's get the Big Clip My Less shirt made as well. But iHeartMedia, I heard they're going bankrupt. I heard iHeartRadio is going bankrupt, and they're in a panic mode for the next year to switch everything over to podcasts. Therefore, they are buying up every podcast and their mother to switch and go to more of a Spotify format.
Okay.
That's what I have heard. IMAX. IMAX is goddamn near bankrupt. I would imagine there's some bankruptcy files that are behind there that if those leaked, that would cause a panic in their stock. And Jesus Christ, man, it would be bombs away as far as the market goes if that leaked. Sony, we remember what happened when Sony got hacked. That fucking destroyed an entire town. Angelina Jolie, Julia Roberts, all of those fucking people. Remember for that Seth Rogen movie?
Yeah.
They got hacked, and they were like, "Look, man, if you don't take the movie down or change it, we'll leak all this shit." That fucked over Amy Pascal. All of them got fired. Like, I mean, it nuked all of Sony for a very long time.
Oh, okay.
HBO. HBO is in the same boat.
They're converting to digital now, but
converting to digital. I think their budgets, if those budgets leaked for Westworld, it would shock and alter people's mind.
I bet they're
and Game of Thrones.
I bet they're spending $30 million an episode on Westworld for production.
I heard I think it's 10 episodes. I heard that thing cost $228 million.
So $23 million per
close
episode.
to $28 million an episode, yes.
Or $28 million.
But
that's crazy.
So that would be in there. The Game of Thrones contracts would be in there, which were astronomical, I heard. And I bet you there's something in there with Tolkien and that unfinished book and those other prequels and all this other shit. A bunch of rights that he probably had to give up for that, but he got more money. Vice is another one, man. If that leaks, they were bought for a gajillion dollars. It is a network now, but they are hemorrhaging money. And I heard that they've got maybe 14 to 16 months left before they pull Vice off the air or sell that channel. LeBron James has got his own fucking shit. I've got a conspiracy theory about LeBron James that I've said on the show, and I'm not going to bring it back up, but I think he's in cahoots with some people behind the scenes to help some social justice causes that aren't necessarily real. Kaepernick is obvious. Everybody wants that number for what he signed for to get rid of that NFL lawsuit. We've heard anywhere from $70 to $10 million. You would know the answer to that. You would also know behind that what else he had asked for as far as like...
And what he agreed to.
Yes.
Because those contracts never go one way. Ever. There's always give and take in those, unless you completely butt fuck something.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Jessica Simpson's was probably her dad fucking little dudes, younger dudes, 18 to very questionable 17 to 18-year-old dudes. The rumor is that the final straw in that relationship with the dad and the mom was she walked in and he was diddling the younger pool boy who was right around that 18-year-old
He flipped
age.
it on her. Usually it's the wife that's banging the young pool boy.
Yeah.
He decided to get in there first. Hey, that's a fucking baller move.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not
Sorry.
even gay. He just wanted to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have one up on her.
And
Yeah.
these are the tip of the iceberg. Like,
Yeah, who knows
if there
what's in
is-
here.
Because even looking at the number on this, right? 756 gigabytes. These are all docs. So, I mean, they take up zero space, right? It's not like you're hiding movies on here or anything else. So these are just documents. 756 gigabytes worth of documents is fucking endless.
That's
That
a
is
lot.
millions and millions of pages. So who knows, man? This will get really, really interesting. But I'm amped about it. Also amped about this next story: loud sex and thunderous dancing. How the coronavirus is also straining neighborly ties. There's been a lot of interesting challenges during this lockdown. You can't go to the gym. Kids are home all day. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of people who live in apartments who are bitching about their neighbors boning too loudly.
Well, if you're working, imagine you're working at home, which a lot of people are. And you're using Zoom to do conference calls like a lot of fucking people are.
Yes.
And, it is what it is. You got to do that from home, but it's 2 p.m. Usually if you're doing that at 2 p.m, you can expect a reasonable amount of quietness because other people are off doing other things.
One would think, yes.
Now people are drinking at 11 a.m. and by 2 p.m. they got to bang. So it's like this one woman wrote in and said that she was on the call. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon. And she started talking. She was on a conference call, Zoom call. She started talking, and all of a sudden, it's just like pounding. from above.
And must have
it's-
been sex
it's-
noises.
It's
too.
sex
Yeah.
noises and the fucking bed going crazy above her. And
Yeah.
now she has PTSD every time she gets on a Zoom call because she's like, are these fuckers going to start banging again and ruin my life? I would think that's hilarious. I would just leave the Zoom on all
Yeah.
the time and be like, hey, hang on a second. I would just walk upstairs and leave my computer in there and then go take a nap because, like, the people on that call want to see or hear them fuck more than they want to hear me talk, probably, right?
Right.
True.
So just
Very true.
be a good neighbor. State Farm.
Like a good neighbor. Fuck Farm is there.
Yeah.
I mean,
The dancing is what I don't like. Unless you're in a clog group, what's the dancing?
Is that a thing?
is
Alec, can
so
you find
loud?
out if a clog group is a
yes. Oh, yes, it's a thing.
Cloggers?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I know clogging is a thing. I don't know if a clog group is a thing.
Well, if one person
Is
does
it like a street gang and they're all wearing wooden shoes
So
or some
me
shit?
and my roommate,
No, it's more like Lord of the Dance.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy, Michael Flatley.
Yeah.
Michael
Holy
Flatley, yeah,
shit.
Yeah. So me,
I know clog dance is a thing, you motherfucker. I'm saying.
Look, here's the deal.
People
Here's
that
the
still
deal.
walk around doing it in groups.
Here's the deal.
They don't go to their house and be like, hey, you coming over for clog practice?
There's a group
Never
for
happens.
everything.
there is.
There's porn for everything.
There's a group
If
for
there's
everything.
something
Yeah.
that more than one person can do, there's
Yeah.
a group for it.
Well, here's the point of all this. I want to hear from the audience what kind of fucked up weird shit you've seen or done over the last, I don't know, 2 months.
Yeah.
Like rude shit or funny shit or just wild shit, things that are unexplainable that maybe we could help you explain.
using a brush on yourself. There's a lot of things that people have done.
Maybe not on yourself,
Unexplainable.
but like someone else.
Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Who
knows?
knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I've moved my alcohol alarm up to 4 o'clock
Hey!
because I'm nuts.
I've started drinking Killcliff earlier in the day.
Really?
CBD, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to sleep earlier then?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
It's just
just
just really
levels
evens
me
you
out.
Hmm.
I did it the other day before a call, and I was just like, oh, Christ. I knew I was going to get into it. I was like, let's just have a fucking drink, C's.
Yeah, yeah.
Just have a Killcliff to,
The trick is to drink about half of it and then fill the rest up with vodka.
yes. That is the best concoction
That's a good
you
trick.
could ever do, especially during the quarantine times. Speaking of which, that's our next sponsor. KillcliffCBD.com. Dan's wearing the chain. Can you buy those gold chains
I know
from
they're.
Killcliff?
It always looks cool on Dan. I don't know how it would look on me, but.
You look
it
terrible,
always-
but
Oh, thanks.
see.
Thanks. Yeah.
put it on. Pop it on,
Like
Jesse.
we're at the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Or should you do it like
Can-
Obama?
can you guys
puts
play-
the thing on?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the
that's
Medal of
the
Honor?
Medal of
No.
Honor.
No, we're not doing that
No,
one.
we're not doing that, Jesse. Come on.
What,
don't
like
ca-
to Ellen?
I don't care
There
about
you
a
go.
gold medal, but...
There you go. Oh, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I know
Yeah,
what
the
you're
Medal
talking
of Freedom.
Oh, yeah, that's still... That's the dumbest thing ever.
about. They did it to Rush Limbaugh the other day, too. Killcliff CBD has got 25 milligrams
Yeah,
of
no.
CBD in every single
Speed on,
can.
it matches
good.
the green.
And it's
Oh, yeah.
the best in the biz. They got orange, mango. The grape is my all-time favorite. 20% off with the promo code Drinkin Bros, and they ship for free. They'll deliver right to your butthole.
I just got
for
3
free.
cases in the mail
It's
this
amazing.
morning, actually.
I know. I bought my dad 2
2
cases
orange,
for fucking
1 mango.
for
Do you think it
my-
will help
his
with
birthday.
a nervous breakdown?
AIDS?
Won't it?
Yes,
Are
it
you,
will.
Are you planning one?
Oh no, just on the verge of one,
She's
but
on
I
the verge of
feel
one
like
now.
that might help a little bit, right?
Yeah, you know what really helps when you're on the verge of a nervous breakdown is a near-death experience. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Let's get into that.
So
Stay tuned, my
Here
man.
we
Go to
go.
killcliffcbd.com today. Promo code Drinkin Bros, 20% off and free shipping. There is no THC in this. You will not piss hot. Killcliff is the only name you can trust
What are you doing?
Just
in
sniffing
this
this marker.
business. And Dan is just sniffing markers right now. So Jessie's on the verge of a nervous breakdown
Happening.
Whatever it takes.
because she cannot go into restaurants.
It's more than that.
Do you want me to
but
cook
yeah.
dinner for you?
Pretty close.
And,
it's not
like,
that.
serve
she just
it?
likes to be in a restaurant.
I'll make Alex serve it.
having wine
Oh yeah.
and sushi.
Well, this bar. Let's go to this bar tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it open?
It's open Friday
Till
and Saturday.
5.
Fuck you. Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do it. I'm in.
That might
Go there
help.
after work for sure.
that might help.
Alec,
Sure.
bring us booze from that bar tomorrow.
No, we can't. That's not the point. We need to go to.
I know, but I want to start drinking here and then migrate over.
Oh,
Because they have a really
okay.
good sour beer that I like.
They do. They do. A lot of construction over there too, so we're super stoked about that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we won't have to talk.
Huh?
Yeah. A lot of that. A lot of. Let me finish. Yeah.
A lot of Mexicano music flowing through the speakers. Alabama. A lot of it over there.
I don't think I've ever witnessed a Mexican guy or woman listening to fucking La Bamba. Not
no.
once.
You know what it is?
It's only white people that listen to that.
Very true. Very true.
Mexicans only like the same song, the same mariachi song played over and over and over to repeat.
That's what Pablo Francisco does.
I enjoy the Mexican culture. I enjoy their food. They are terrible.
The music is
Absolutely
bad.
horrific.
You like the
at
Californian
music.
Mexican food.
What's that?
You like California Mexican
Yeah.
food.
You mean like,
Look.
what do you mean by
He
California?
After
doesn't
they've
like
come
actual.
over the border?
He doesn't
Yeah.
like actual Mexican food in Mexico.
I don't like it in Mexico. I
What
like
about
it after they've come over
Tex-Mex?
the border.
Probably Tex-Mex he can
Rice,
handle.
beans.
Yeah.
No.
Two
Queso.
tacos.
Yeah.
I don't get down on beans. I don't get down on beans. Yeah. Shitting through a screen door.
You don't need enough protein.
I like the
dude.
Gringos tacos.
How much protein do you eat a day?
A fuck ton. That's pretty much all I eat.
No, it's,
yes,
there's
we
no
we
way.
meal prep.
I want you to count, literally, like count the grams of protein you eat. Not now, obviously, but like count it and tell me
yeah,
what it
how
is.
many grams
Because it
are
should
in
be
those
1.3 to 1.5 times your body weight for a guy your size.
Of gram.
I'll check it out.
Yep. So if you weigh 220 pounds, you should be eating like, I don't know, 1.3, 66. So you should be eating 266 grams of protein a day. Basically.
Whoa.
I'll look at that.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
If you want to be fit and not fat, that's how you do it. That's how I don't ever get fat. Like, and I don't work out for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Because I eat that shit. I eat
Isn't
a lot
that
of protein.
crazy?
Honestly, it's that simple.
Isn't that crazy?
We'll see.
Eat nothing but protein all the time. And if anybody says anything to you about it, fucking send them my way.
Yeah, I will.
I'll sniff this marker right in their face.
For sure. Next up, celebrities are getting really bored,
sniff it
including
right in your face.
Robert De Niro, who hates Trump. He's made that clear a few times.
Yeah.
He's at it again, suggesting that Trump doesn't care how many people die, and he's governing like a lunatic. Did my own survey earlier this morning, and it turns out no one gives a fuck what Robert goddamn De Niro says about politics. Imagine that.
Yeah.
It's not just him. Howard Stern has asked for Trump to resign, and Stern has changed once she got super rich and felt guilty. Remarried, has 27 cats, all that other shit.
And as
still
we all
the best
know-
in the biz, and I love you, Howard.
I don't.
His interviews are
You don't
still
what?
the best.
I actually like him more now than I did before, to be honest. But it's still kind of droll to me. There's nothing exciting about what he does. Back in the day, he tried to be exciting. It was just shocking. It wasn't exciting. You know what I mean? It's like
I've always liked Stern. I just when he got super left and I enjoy his interviews. I think he's the best to me in the interviewing space, and that's kind of what he just does now. But the rest of it, I feel like, is a guilt trip of like how much. I mean, he makes $100 million.
I think it is a gift to get out of people the things that he gets out of them. However it may be, whether he's like acting so nonchalant that they just fucking tell him everything. Do you know what I mean?
well, it's like he says something horrible, and if when they say their horrible thing, it's not as horrible.
Exactly. Like he is kind of a master of that weird shit.
What
I
he
think.
doesn't have a master's in is political science.
For
though.
sure,
So he should
for
shut the
sure,
fuck
for
up
sure.
about politics.
Or Robert
Every
De Niro.
celebrity
Yeah.
though, look, Rose McGowan is another one who went after Bill Maher for telling her my parents didn't give me a good face, but they did give me a huge cock, which is a great line for Bill Maher, by the way.
Yeah. Why is she mad about that?
I mean,
A fan of that.
look,
Do you know what I mean?
that's fucking just douchebag stuff you say at a bar. That's not sexual harassment.
Oh, is that?
Like
Wait,
if
she's saying
if
that
she was his
She's saying
employee.
when she was sexually harassed.
If
by
she
Bill
was
Maher.
his
by
employee,
him.
she was there as a guest on his show.
Okay.
If she was an employee of the show,
Sure.
or if they were making a movie and he was in a position of power, like the
Yes.
producer, director, or whatever the fuck like that,
Yeah.
that would be sexual harassment. This is not.
No, and
That's
it's
what
a
I
great
think
line, by the way.
gets confused.
There's only two
sometimes.
types of sexual harassment: quid pro quo and hostile workplace.
Right.
So shut the fuck up.
You're fine.
But,
The interesting part about Rose McGowan is
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw her tearful
yeah,
fucking thing on Instagram the other day.
she
but
is unhappy at the left.
She's saying she's done with being a Democrat now, and she has flipped, and
What is
she's
she?
now a Republican. and she was crying and the whole thing.
This all started about a month ago when Alyssa Milano came out and defended Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, this is kind of where you saw Rose start fucking going after people on the left.
Yes.
When somebody that high profile, and then after Alyssa Milano did it, a lot of the fucking commentators over CNN, a lot of fucking political figures and shit like that, like Nancy Pelosi, I fucking believe him. I don't know why. All right. Yeah. I know why. It's because it gets
Joe Biden's Joe Biden.
B at the end there.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's where she started to turn. It was the first week of April, I think. And Alyssa Milano came out and supported Biden. Mm-hmm. And I think she just had it. But that's interesting because it's very often something deeply personal that makes people wake up. You know what I mean? Like people who, for whatever reason, were weirded out or afraid or hated gay people for a long time. Then they find out this person that they've loved their whole life is gay, and they're like, oh, shit. Guess I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
Or like driving Miss Daisy.
That's essentially correct, yes. That is absolutely a good metaphor for that.
You know, where like you hate black people, and then you like have a nice time with one of them.
Yeah. Ignorance is only overcome by information. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Right?
It was a great movie.
Or Green Book. Yeah.
I'm glad they remade it into Green Book.
I'm glad they remade it into Green Book.
They should remake Driving Miss Daisy, but make it with like toddlers.
And
she's getting driven around in a Barbie Corvette by the dude or some shit. She fucking hates him.
Dig up Jessica Tandy, exhume her body, and put her in the backseat or some form of hologram.
Tandy's still alive.
Tandy's dead.
Why don't we make her drive this time?
Make her drive
This time it's personal.
Yeah, welcome to 2020, bitch. Yeah. Morgan Freeman's in the back. And he's like, drive faster. I need you to drive faster. You fucking cunt. It'd be weird to hear Morgan Freeman saying that, but
it really would be weird.
Awesome.
I have to say, I know you guys don't like her, but I like her moxie.
Who?
We'll take her. Rose.
What do you mean?
I like her moxie. I like that she would go after everybody, even Alyssa Milano, even who. You know what I mean?
Do you want her on the show?
Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I knew her back in the day. I'm still friends with her on Facebook.
Yeah, I would. I think she just goes after. I mean, as
I don't know if you'd be able to handle it.
I want to give her a week.
Crazy as she is.
Give her a couple of weeks and let's see where all these chips land.
Let's see where the chips
land. She just threw
a
lot of chips on the air.
Yeah.
See where they all come down.
Yeah.
It was autumn, and she threw a lot of leaves in the air, and she's just waiting for those to fall down in slow motion.
I don't know. I like her going after Natalie Portman. I like her really doing the fucking crazy work that these bitches aren't doing, and calling out people that like just wear a pin that says time's up. And she's like, I'm fucking doing this shit. Do you know what I mean?
It would be fascinating to have her
like
on.
She really is the one that's
I'm
actually
down
doing
to visit that in like 2 weeks. I think Dan's right. You give this a little.
Yeah, give her a little breathing room.
Yeah, for sure. But you've seen her in interviews. Like, she's not a fucking idiot. She's a weirdo.
Yeah.
But she's not an idiot. And the things that she says sometimes about Alyssa Milano, Natalie Portman, all these fucking people, like, aren't wrong. Bill Maher sexually harassing her. I mean,
Bill Maher sexually harasses everyone.
A, and B, like, I
joke.
like her to not be as fucking fragile in that way. But hey, what are you gonna do? You can't be perfect. But I do like some of her fucking bullshit, I have to say.
She's very Legend of Billie Jean to me. You remember that movie?
No. Was Ronald Reagan in it?
No, the monkey was though.
Okay. But what? Is this?
It's about a girl who's just like she got sexually harassed by a dude, and she flips out, shaves off all her hair, and goes on the radio and says, "We got to fucking end this guy and end this. You know, it's women's time and power and all this shit. Fair is fair, Billie Jean." It was a big movie.
Okay, how does it shake out? Does she take down the guy?
Either dies or goes to jail. I forget.
Okay,
sweet.
Cool.
That's sweet. But this is where Rose McGowan is in that stage right now, and then something's going to happen. Either she's going to die or go to jail for something. I have a feeling. But if you are in jail, you might as well hydrate with liquid IV.
Ooh, you guys got him. You guys got him.
We saved this sponsor for last here on this one because I drink this shit every goddamn day, and I have forever. You guys ended up getting them on Drinkin Broettes.
Yeah, we're just a more successful show, and so we. No, I'm just joking. They were sponsoring female podcasts, but you were stealing all of our product that would come to us.
Every single
So everybody
packet that came to you.
in the office was stealing our liquid IV. And so finally you were like, bro, I'm about this life. I need you to fucking, right?
So
before you even were sponsored, you were like,
I hit up our advertisers and said, look, man, I fucking actually drink this shit every goddamn day.
Yes.
Same with Killcliff. And I was like,
Yeah.
I drink this shit every fucking day. Like, I know why, too, by the way. First of all, I had it at a party over at Nick's house.
yes.
And everybody was super fucking hungover the next day. And so he goes, dude, I got something that'll fix this hangover. And he gives me this packet of this. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And he goes, it said like
My
double
wife
hydration
got it,
on
whatever, because
Yeah.
she buys all that stuff.
I poured it in and I was like, boom, immediately back after I chugged a fucking thing of water. Same with like starting these shows every day. Like I'll have, some Strike Force and I'll have some liquid IV to really fucking shake the cobwebs off. And it fucking works. So I love it. And I stole all of your fucking things. I called our advertisers and I was like, dude, just get them on the show, man. I love it. And I'll promote the shit out of it because I just love liquid IV.
I hate to say in these times, but there are some sponsors that are just perfect for it. There's like vitamin C, all the B vitamins, plus
Potassium.
3 times,
Potassium
potassium.
is a big part of staying hydrated.
Yeah,
Cellular transport.
plus 3 times the hydration. So pretty much what everyone is telling you right now is like take vitamin C, drink a bunch of water. Like,
and they donated, I think, 2.5 million packets to first responders.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this shit's rad. So you just put it in like 16 ounces of water, pound it, and it'll make your body feel like you've drinking 32. I am one of those people where I do not like plain water. I just don't.
like a baby, yeah.
Like a baby. I would rather have something in it, like liquid IV or Strike Force or something. So I'm a gigantic fan of this product, and you actually don't need to fucking twist my arm on this shit. I asked for this, and thankfully they came through. I was like, yo, man, I'll do whatever you want. I just want this. So go to liquidiv.com. Use the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. That's 25% off of everything when you use the promo code Drinkin Bros at liquidiv.com. Get better hydration today, man. It's liquidiv.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros, 25% off. Super amped to have them on the show. I fucking love these guys. I do. I'm genuinely excited about this.
It's creepy.
So, yeah. It's not creepy, Dan. I drink it every goddamn day.
No, it's not creepy that you drink it. It's creepy that you get excited about things because I don't know what that means.
It's one of those weird things where you're like, dude, you have something every day that's a part of your life, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, shit, they sponsor me. When we watched the UFC fights the last 2 nights, Manscaped, they were on the mat again last night for the UFC fight. And
That's huge.
All of my text messages were like, dude, you're just on the fucking show. I can't believe it. And I was like, yeah, man, these products are rad. Like, we wouldn't promote just bullshit. Like, we genuinely use it or love it. So that and like Duke Cannon. Fucking love Duke Cannon. Somebody texted me last night. It was like, what's the promo code for Duke Cannon? I was like, it's Drinkin Bros. But go to the
It's always
checkout.
Drinkin Bros.
But go to the checkout and do it,
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, all right. Well, some of them you don't know whether it's like in the beginning and then you go through shipping and it's like, where do you put the fucking promo code in? Just wait and you'll find it. It's Drinkin Bros for Duke Cannon as well. Next up, Arkansas governor shuts down the concert. I'm so pissed about this. I'm pissed, Dan.
Well,
I'm very pissed.
They say the concert promoter says they're still going to do it. Not only are they still going to do it, but they're going to add a second show in neighboring Missouri.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can get fucked.
I love it so much. Can I
Like,
have that water in front of your computer?
The last story of the
front of
day
your
is
computer.
about Elon Musk. We'll get into that in a sec, but they just pulled a Musk right there.
It's time to musk up. Water. I don't see any water, Jessie.
Green cap?
Just name it.
The one in front of your computer, but I'll take that.
That's to the side of it.
I know there's one in front, but you couldn't find it.
Yeah, I can't see it. There you go. Put some liquid IV in there. Yeah, so this concert that was going down, I was fucking really hopeful for this because I love live music as well. I love fucking crowds, football, concerts, people. I like humans. I like going to live events with other fucking humans. This was going to be the first test, essentially. And it was supposed to be like sanctioned by the state. It is no longer now. I'm not sure what happens there because live music is something where you can just go up on stage like the Doors and pull them off the stage in like the 60s and say you're not doing this. I think that's probably what will happen here. There's no way they let this fucking band go on, but to my knowledge, before this story even popped up today, it was like 225 seats, and it was going to be like a 600 or 800 person arena.
Yeah.
They were going to have 225. You had to wear a mask. I don't see the fucking problem with it.
They were going to
I
have
didn't
something
hear
called
about this.
fan pods as well, which I couldn't find any pictures of or anything, but it seems like it might have been something equivalent to
Bubble Boy.
a cubicle,
That's a terrible idea.
like with plexiglass or something protecting it. I don't know.
Not doing that.
Ooh, that'd be cool. They just like take the seats out and then everyone gets in those balls that you like walk in. You know what I mean?
Oh, the gerbil balls?
That'd be great at
Yeah.
a fucking metal concert.
Oh,
Can you imagine
dude.
the mosh pit?
Everybody's
So
in a
there's
bubble.
like balcony ones and lower ones, and the
Yeah.
balcony ones fall off onto the ground, die. That'd be funny.
Well, that got weird.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. The governor of Arkansas, Hutchinson, he said, we've looked into their plan, and their plan was insufficient as well. So that concert does not have our approval. Now, I guess my question to you, Dan, is this. Do they have to have the approval? Is that mandatory?
No, Hutchinson said that the quote-unquote socially distant concert is in violation of the state's directive that businesses can reopen on May 18th. So first, it's not the state's order. It's yours.
Okay.
You're one guy. Like, no one person, fuck that. This is the wrong country to be pulling that bullshit in, dude. You're seeing them. These people are getting lit the fuck up in every state, including goddamn California. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not gonna work, man. This Michigan governor, she's got a 0% chance of getting reelected. I don't know what her plans are for the next electoral cycle.
I hope it's just
Yeah.
sitting in
When
her
is it?
house by herself.
I don't know when she's up again. I don't know when she got elected, but they're 6-year
It's
terms. I think.
Whitmer. I know she's on the short list for VP candidates right now.
Well,
Not a
that'll
prayer.
For Biden.
that'd be great.
That's a good sniff for Biden if he gets her. She's the cutest one, probably. It's a good hard.
The Michigan one?
Oh, yep. Out of all of them,
She just got elected last year. It's going to be a minute before,
Okay.
but you know,
she got 3 more years.
Wisconsin in 2012 tried to recall Scott Walker, so maybe they'll get some. Republicans are vindictive.
So are
sometimes.
Democrats. All of it, man. Everybody's.
Well, when they get
vindictive.
fucked around, I mean, like that. They
But
usually
Whitmer's a
remember.
good sniff for him. I don't think it's going to happen, but
I read an
I bet you
article on
Biden's gonna be mad
CNN
about that sniff.
I read an article on CNN that said the leading contenders, there's like maybe 5 people on a short list, and the top two are Klobuchar and fucking Kamala Harris.
I read the opposite.
Yeah.
So I read it was Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren.
There's no way it's going to be Elizabeth
Klobuchar,
Warren.
I heard, was in there.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Well, the top 5, by the way, this is the for the 5 is Whitmer, Klobuchar, Warren, Harris, and then that fucking Stacey Abrams from Georgia. Who
Oh,
lost that
she's
election.
done now.
Yeah.
She's
One
not.
would think.
Yeah.
But I heard that was the 5, and the 6th one was some Latino from
Me?
New Mexico. Not you.
Oh, okay.
You were pretending to be one in your family for many, many years. I forget what her name is, but she's out, and I kind of heard they're down to.
Can you imagine if somebody got elected in blackface? Like they did the entire campaign in blackface.
Oh, God.
Never happened in a million years.
Never happened in
You
a
don't think
million-
so?
But you wouldn't know.
And then we
like
elected.
a Dozell
We
snitch?
elected Donald Trump, dude. He's an internet troll,
Yeah.
essentially at this
I
point.
still don't think you can go full campaign in blackface. It's going to be a little tough.
Like how many? I wonder how many people would have to think it's funny for it to fly on the national level.
None. No, like that would never happen.
I would laugh really hard.
Same.
What if it was a Democrat too? If it was Beto, if Beto came out in blackface,
Yeah.
like head to toe, not just the face, but head to toe,
Sure.
like
Soul
C.
Man.
Thomas Howell, yeah.
Permed
If
his hair and
If
everything.
he came out like that, I would fucking vote for him. I don't give a
You'd
shit.
be like,
Heard it here
dude,
first, folks.
love it.
Dan
Love
Hollaway
to
would
see
vote
it.
for Beto O'Rourke if he goes Soul Man, C. Thomas Howell, from the popular movie 1986 with the love interest of Ray Dong Chong.
Anyways, neither one of these concerts are going to happen probably because the promoters have to get permits from the state.
Yeah,
And the state won't issue
they're
them.
just going to
Yeah.
make it
So
so
they're-
hard.
They'll be in violation of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the order. Then they won't have standing to sue.
Yeah.
That's why.
Brutal.
Yep.
Brutal.
Anyways.
If I were him, man, I would just pull a Red Hot Chili Peppers and just show up on the roof of a building and just play the whole goddamn concert. And be
Yeah.
like, hey, just send out a tweet and say, hey, guys, concert's on. First come, first serve. Let's fucking
yeah,
rage.
but people need to make money too.
Let's get our dicks wet. No, but if you're trying to make it as a musician, is there better publicity than that?
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think the promoter's trying to make money. But yeah.
Still.
Sure.
That would be your catch for the next thing of like, hey, man, remember that guy on the rooftop?
Speaking of
Everybody's
making money,
Dick Scott hard? Yeah.
Elon Musk has made a little bit.
Yeah, next up, it's time to musk
Love
up,
to hear
kids. Elon Musk has beaten California, and the media is pissed. They are
bet.
angry. We all heard Musk tell California to get fucked, and that he's packing up and moving his company out of California. Well, that threat, if it was a threat, not a reality, has worked. Alameda County buckled almost immediately, and Tesla factories, which reopened Monday, will continue to operate legally starting next Monday. The lefty media is extremely not happy about this. And on the other side, the right is super happy. And they're putting him on the covers of magazines saying, this is the guy to reopen America.
So all this shit came out yesterday morning. And by, let's see, what time is that? By 6 p.m. Eastern yesterday, there were stories out from CNN titled, "What Happened to Elon Musk?" that essentially paints him as a coronavirus denier.
Yeah.
Like he just doesn't believe in blah, 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 blah. That's essentially what the article is, which is not anything close to anything he said. Then there was a New York Times article titled, "Coronavirus Wrecked Tesla's Momentum and Elon Musk is Furious." No, he's just a business owner that doesn't want the government telling him how to run his business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they tried to paint him as a guy who had been like defeated by the government. Now he's mad, so he's acting out. No, he's saying the same shit that small business owners around the country are saying, maybe around the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no, it's not like the left came after him immediately though. Like
and they're saying he's a greedy fucking capitalist and all this shit. I want to add to this story because I saw an article today about the Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon, being on pace to become the first trillionaire of all time. And they're like, this is disgusting and this is fucking greed. No, Jeff Bezos is employing millions of fucking people, and he's the reason why everybody is able to stay at home essentially and get clothes and food and all kinds of shit. Whatever all of us have been ordering off of Amazon, like that guy invented that company. He fucking did it. Why should we put a cap on what he's supposed to do? He uses a lot of that money for charity. He uses a lot of that money to go to fucking space, like all kinds of shit that he's trying to do with it. So, fuck, I hope whoever comes up with those types of ideas becomes trillionaires. I don't give a fuck. Like, if it's something everybody uses and you're not doing it illegally, why are we shitting on Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos when it's like, dude, Elon Musk, what's he trying to do? He's building electric cars.
Yeah.
He's not fucking Greta Thunberging it, you know? He's actually out there doing it in the world. If everything was on all of us as Americans were on electric cars by 2030 or 40 or whatever it's going to be, the America and pollution, it would be a better place because of it. They're doing it in other countries right now and enforcing it. They're not enforcing it in this country. So no matter how bad on the left you want to fucking shit on Elon Musk, like he's actually doing something for the fucking goddamn carbon footprint of America.
And he's making like he's several times tried to do deals with the federal government that lefty protesters would show up and fucking shut down. One that I was actually at. So there was this conference that I was at. It's an electric conference, and there were a lot of people there. General Petraeus was there, Elon Musk, a lot of people. And what he wanted to do was to get matching federal funds over the course of a couple years. And it was something like $20 billion in federal funding to put like a honeycomb-shaped pattern of charging stations all over the country. Right. So you never need gas again. All electric cars can get anywhere they need to go, period.
Yeah.
Right? That was the point. And the fucking left lit his ass on fire. Why is this billionaire asking for money from the government? Motherfucker, have you heard of the railroad?
Yeah.
The interstate highway system? Do you think that just fucking happened? No, motherfucker. Some guy in private business said, hey, we should fucking do this.
Yeah.
Or I'm capable of doing this. The federal government paid him some money. Maybe he invested some money too if there was technology involved, and it happened. That's how things happen.
Right.
Like the only reason we're able to get from one side of the country to the other without going through some Oregon Trail malaria fucking dysentery bullshit is because of these people who did these things. But that's not how it works, right? If they're so anti-capitalist or they're so dependent on the government that they can't imagine a company taking money from the government, but the individual person, that's fine.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? How does that make any sense?
It doesn't. And if you go back in history, like the Transcontinental Railroad was funded by private firms. Yes, they got a little bit of federal money, but the rest of it was private firms. Some of them went bankrupt in the process trying to build those railroads and got picked up. Like I think it was Pacific was one of them. But it's going to take more than one man. No matter how rich Elon Musk is, there's no fucking way he can afford building that on his own.
Why would you even expect him to build the infrastructure that every new the cars that you want, fully electric cars? Why would you expect one man to build that? It's the welfare mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy wants it, he should do it for us.
Yeah.
He's rich.
Yeah.
Like these people, I honestly believe when a guy becomes like a billionaire, it's like, I mean, really, he should just give everybody $1 million, man. Why not? If Jeff Bezos becomes a trillionaire, by the way, that is $1 trillion is $1 million.
Right.
He could make 1 million people millionaires.
Crazy, right?
That's a lot of money.
It is.
There does come some responsibility with that amount of money. I don't care who you are,
Yes.
I don't care.
I think he'll do it though. I mean, he already has a track record of doing it.
I don't
he gave half of it to his ex-wife.
I know, but I don't think he should allow himself to become a trillionaire. Like, he should be giving away money at such a rate that he never gets there.
I think he will, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
most of this money, Amazon stock is actually worth a lot more.
Yeah.
However, he keeps investing it into shit that is like Amazon Prime, original content, bombs. They don't have one show over 1 million viewers, not one, on their entire fucking thing. But he keeps doing it because he thinks it'll help the future.
Yeah.
The space program, he's not made 1 cent off of that, and he keeps burying millions and millions of dollars in it.
No,
like
billions of dollars.
billions.
Yeah.
It hasn't made a cent off of that. So, like, fuck, get off their nuts about this shit. Like, there's worse people that are making money for different things. These two aren't the guys, in my opinion.
No, I mean, it's just like every other issue that's like this. It should be handled at the lowest possible level. The lowest possible level in this case is the consumer. If Jeff Bezos turns out to be a piece of shit that hoards money and is a fucking asshole and doesn't help other people, then the consumer will judge him. This is free market capitalism.
Right.
The consumer will judge him and stop using his service. Right? Period. That's how it works. Like, I wonder how big a dip Papa John's stock took after
When the Papa went down?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
Did it? Or
I never
did
really paid attention to that.
It did.
Or did it do better?
Or it could have gone up because they
Yeah.
got rid of him because he had been a
Yeah.
problem for a while.
It went down, and then I'm not sure what happened to the Papa after that. I mean,
Yeah.
I know what happened to him personally,
But you can imagine what would happen to Trump Industries, for example, if Trump were to go to jail
yeah.
or do
Oh, yeah,
something
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it would ruin your business.
What were you gonna say, Jessie?
Celebrities get mortgages.
Yes, every single one of them. That was one. By the way,
Why? I don't know why that.
Wait, what?
celebrities get mortgages all the time for houses.
For example,
They never buy in cash.
like
Oh,
whenever
yeah,
you
yeah.
hear like a celebrity is like, their house is worth 20 million, I was always like, do they just pay that? Because you feel like they're that rich, right? Like
Yeah.
they just pay it.
No, they all get
No,
mortgages.
they're getting money.
Yeah. One of the last leak of files, circling back to that lawyer thing where they're talking about leaking those files. One of the leaks that was taken at the time was from Kim Kardashian from her law firm, and it was a mortgage. And they were like, "Wait, Kim Kardashian's on a 30-year mortgage, the same as the rest of us assholes?" And they were like, "Well, yeah, over time, and the way she's going to flip it in 5 years, like it's a great way to
Yeah.
save money and not really put that much in, and blah 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 blah." And it was just like,
It's like, what do you have to put down?
but there was a good week-long period where they're like, "Oh God, she must be so poor. Maybe
Right.
She doesn't have the money."
No,
And I was
that's
like,
just smart, dude.
No,
like
it's just smart
same with
business.
like
Yeah.
getting the government to like give. You know what I mean?
Now
It's
the
like,
rest of us
just
assholes
smart.
need mortgages.
If you
because we
paid
need
for it up,
mortgages.
if you're buying a house for an investment, you pay for it all up front. You're essentially putting all of that money in escrow for that period of time.
Correct.
Doesn't make any
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She
the rest
wants
of
to
us
be
actually need
liquid.
the mortgage,
Yeah.
but yeah, she needs to be liquid for other shit because she's got some Yeezys to make. The last story here is a new survey shows more Americans are turning to drugs and alcohol during the pandemic, which is not surprising to me at all. There's a 55% rise in alcohol consumption the last month. Surprised that's not 100. When it comes to illicit drugs, 36% of Americans reported increased use of marijuana, prescription opioids, and others. I know we talk a lot of shit, but it's times like these where we really have to be concerned with our drug dealers and what's happening with them. They're not
Yeah.
getting a bailout from the government,
No.
and they're out here doing doing God's work.
Yeah, so make sure when you get your bailout money that you buy some drugs.
Support your local drug dealer because they're going through a hard time as well.
But in reality, like we do talk a lot of shit about booze and drugs and shit on the show, but if you're the kind of person that has trouble with that sort of stuff, probably stay away from it right now. Find some other outlet. I don't know what people do.
Go full Kyle. Punch a fucking hole through some drywall.
You got to release that energy somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know, like build a new house, right? And like inside of your current
Your
house.
own house, yeah. Or build a house behind your house.
Or go to Drinkin Bros recovery if you're in recovery.
Yeah.
Or reach out to a friend. Don't shoot yourself in the head. Suicides are up too, by the way.
And they're going to continue to rise because of the economy. And was another 3 million people are jobless as of today.
Yeah, I think it's up to like 40 something, 40 million.
Yeah, right around there. Now's the point we get to the Drinkin Bro of the week. This is Travis Benet from South Carolina. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Benne. Is it Benny, Benet,
I don't know.
Bean?
Bean.
You think so?
What is
No,
it?
Bean?
No,
What
it's
is it?
definitely not Bean.
Benne.
Whoa.
No idea.
I'm going to go with Benet.
Okay.
Hey, John Benet Ramsey?
Yeah, just because I'm a huge JBR fan. You know that about me. Travis Benet from South Carolina says he's been here since the start, dude. He's an OG listener. He's nominating Zachariah Cartledge. I'd like to nominate Zachariah Cartledge for Drinkin Bro of the Week. Zachariah, who's 11, was born with the gift of running. Through his love of running and desire to honor fallen first responders, he's built an organization to help the families of our fallen first responders in a meaningful way. Zachariah runs 1 mile for every first responder who makes the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. After he completes his memorial mile, he presents each fallen hero's family with the flag that he carried during the run. He wants to honor those who gave up their life so that we may live in a better world. Today, as of this date, he's completed 478 miles run.
That's more than I've run in my entire life.
Life.
This is a child, right?
Yeah.
An 11-year-old.
Yeah.
He's 11 years
Holy
old.
shit.
His idea of honoring our fallen heroes has grown into forming of the Running for Heroes Foundation. Today, I feel there is no better person to raise a glass and salute this amazing young adult.
Well, a
Cheers.
glass of a juice, right? Or water?
A juice. Yeah, juice box. Yeah. A juice box.
You know what this makes me think, though?
Zachariah Cartledge.
Can we get juice in a fucking White Claw, like a even smaller White Claw can?
Probably.
That'll fit in a child's hand?
Or just get a juice box of White Claw for yourself.
It
No.
makes me just think my
For the
kids
kid,
are
though.
pretty losery.
Yeah, right?
Do you know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah,
read things like
if
this
you're
and
out
you're
there
like, hey.
listening to this, you should be disappointed in your own children. For
I'm
sure.
going to go make my kid run 2 miles.
Hit him a couple times first.
Because
Yeah,
Zachariah's the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
that's
awesome,
great.
man. That's a great Drinkin Bro of the week. Kids, appreciate you hanging there with us today. Hanging in there with us. Boy,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
starting to get towards the end of the day, and that's where the real drinks have kicked in at that point. No, we appreciate you guys being here every single day. As always, we will be with you Monday through fucking Saturday, dude. Through all the quarantine on Drinkin Bros. And you can subscribe to Drinkin Bros podcast on YouTube, where all of our shows are housed. Drinkin Broettes, Ross Patterson Revolution, and Savage Saturdays, which will be up tonight at 8 o'clock. If you're listening to the audio channel, if you're watching the video show, it'll be up on Saturday. For D'Anthony Hollaway, Jessie Wiseman, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin Bros Fake News. Good afternoon and good night, everybody.